It sounds like it's going to be a busy afternoon in our weather office, and of course it behooves everyone to stay on top of things because sometimes these kinds of summer storms can get a little dicey.
Yeah, I think today we're likely to have severe weather. It's just a matter of kind of magnitude going forward, and it's juicy out there. That's one of the things is, you know, it can be humid without thunderstorms popping up, and you can have thunderstorms without it being all that humid, but often this is the setup. Dew points in the low 70s into that oppressive range means there's a lot of moisture in the lower part of the atmosphere, which comes into play when it comes down to thunderstorms and kind of lowering the height of some of those storms. So we're starting to develop the upward motion, the cumulonimbus clouds that we need to develop these thunderstorms over New Hampshire, but more so into Vermont. We're already starting to get a couple of strong looking supercell storms there. So we are now, at least half the state, in a severe thunderstorm watch box. And there's no real big storms going on here, but you look back to the west, Champlain Valley, Northeast Kingdom, down into southern Vermont, you can see what's coming for us, which is some strong thunderstorm activity just on the edge of the screen there. This line tried to get its act together coming through Winnipesaukee, but I don't think it's going to. It's kind of running out of time, so we're most likely looking back to the west for that activity to come through. Storm Prediction Center sticks with the idea that we're in a level 2 risk. As we've talked about in the past, we really don't get into this zone here across northern New England. That's really a kind of a tornado alley plains type situation. This is a relatively high risk for Maine, and it's a lower risk along the coast, although I tell you that if some of these storms get going out towards Sebago, for example, I think they'll be able to crush right to the coast. I don't think that'll be a big problem at all. So models continue to pop these storms up later this afternoon, with the line entering around 2 to 3 in the afternoon. And this has a very distinctive squall line look. If this turns out to be true, this is going to be pretty impactful severe weather because we'll have strong straight line wind gusts along this entire bow echo here through the afternoon. So if it holds together all the way to the coast, power outages will be likely. We'll also see the ability for a couple of spin up tornadoes on the edges of these storms. The storms continue to move into the mid-coast here, 6, 7 o'clock. Second line develops across northern New Hampshire. That one might have a harder time holding together, but we'll keep an eye on it. We should be able to settle this all down by 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow we're kind of back to the same old story that we've been in, which is hot. A little less humid. You'll probably notice, I don't think it'll help that much, upper 80s and low 90s again by tomorrow afternoon. So the severe weather risk comes first, and then things settle down after that, but it doesn't really cool us down all that much. In fact, when we look into the weekend, it looks very hot on Sunday. Temperatures in the low and mid 90s, and we should be able to get to 90 all the way to the coast with the exception of down east Maine. Very, very hot with some thunderstorms popping up perhaps in the afternoon. So sunny and hot Friday, dog days. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Very hot and humid. I think Sunday is going to be the most oppressive day we've had this summer. Then another round of showers and storms possible on Monday. Those could be strong. We'll keep an eye on it, but we'll deal with one round at a time. The humidity does break down on Tuesday and Wednesday. What strikes me, Pat, is typically when you have severe storms come through like this, it breaks the heat. And that's not happening. We're just going to reset it and do it again for the weekend.
No such luck this time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Keith.